Sonje Chudan Sonje Chonam Lo Sanjo Bardo Done Jabso Je Dage Jins Yeme Sonam Je Dola Benza Sanje Ndobar Sho Sanje Chudan Soje Chonam Sanjo Bardo Done Jabso Je Dage Jinso Jibe Senam Dola Benzara Sanje Ndoba Isho Sanje Judan Chonam Chanjo Bardo Dane Jabzo Je Dage Jinso Jibe Sunam Dola Benzara Sanje Ndoba Isho Semjen Tam Dandebe Judan Dembare George Dungar Dan Dungar Je Judan Tower George Dungar Mebe Devo Damba Dan Mendava George Yeren Chadan Yidan Jarva Tanyan Jembol Debare George Semjan Damjen Deva Dan Deve Judan Dembar George Dungara dain dungara ji judan tawar jurje dungara mebe dewa damba dain mindrava jurje nyerein jadan nidan drava danyan jembo neba jurje semjen damje de Judan Dembar George, Dungar Dan, Dungar Ji, Judan Tawar George, Dungar Mebe, Deva, Damba, Dan, Mendarva, Nyeren, Chadan, Nidan, Darva, Danyan, Jembola, Neba, George, Barden, Zave, Lama, Rambo. Dage jevor bede den yola kadren chembo gone jis kuson doje ngudob zar do zoi jomden den jambe yanlo sonzo lo kange lo de dremni tendare nyedare namda rapsar Chenye dongen jejen zezere nyeje togara lewan zen kanda zebe zonrai mare mendon dongar jizer Roso boje norze yun la trugyu yanden Rodare chero nyumo nilon leje jaro donze Mare mensere dongai nyugo chenye junze rajen Dun dajen sabjun darze yonden luzo jar tu. Chucha chudan juni dalo menzo jam yan landu. Oh yeah. Once again, we keep continue with this the teaching about Tathagata Garbha. So still we have a lot of things to say in this particular teaching. A lot of things. It seems probably we will not be able to finish today. So whatever may be, we're trying to make sense a little bit on this teaching. Even we are not going to go like, shloka by shloka, word by word, but still I'm trying to pick up some essence, meaning in them. So here, next shloka. In English words, having realized thusness, the nature of Dharma Dhardu, just as it is, those of understanding are released from the birth, sickness, aging, and death, though free from the destitution of birth and so on, they demonstrate these since by their inside they have given rise and compassion for beings. Jie qi na dang gawa letter de ye rang yin ji yin ni to de jie so pong dang zha yang de yi ju lo din zhuo la nin jie jie shi dun. So, and this shloka is talking about how Bodhisattvas, realized beings, manifested in these impure realms, in sentient beings realm, let's say in the mundane realms. So, in that particular case, of course, realized being and the Bodhisattvas have no cause and condition for taking rebirth. That is absolutely not there, because they realize things are emptiness. Because of that, they never have any ego clinging, self-clinging. Because of that, their mind is totally free from the ego and grasping. Because of that, their mind never involved any disturbing emotions, afflicted mind. Then, there would not be any negative karma accumulated in their life. So therefore, it is pretty much to say, realized being and Bodhisattvas have no cause condition to take rebirth in this samsara. So that way, they will not be born in the samsara. They will not affect any, this aging and death, so on. But somehow, they demonstrate or showing as they be born in the samsara, as be born, as they're aging and death eventually. That is just, that's what we see from the point of view of ordinary beings. The reason why even they have no cause and condition to be born in the samsara, why they then manifest in the samsara is due to the here says love and compassion. They have developed very strong and deep and love and compassion through the countless lifetime. So because the power of the love and compassion, just, that they are be born in the samsara and experience similar things with us. When we look at them, we will see they are be born in the samsara. We see that they are aging and sickness, or there's even Buddha Shakyamuni did at the same time. Like, same thing. Even their manifestations come up in that way, but from their point of view, realized being and Bodhisattvas and Buddhas, from their point of view, they have no such, such samsaric experience taking place in their life. They have no such, that's really, that's how to say, from there, there's just, maybe there's just like dream, like illusion, like there's no really something seriously, something like, something like, these things never happened in their life. So that is this shloka. Then next shloka he says, Pagpe chedan nawadan gavet dungar tseni pang ledan yumo wangane tela temi serte mi. Probably this shloka is already said. Noble have eradicated the suffering of the dying, fallen ill, and aging at its root, which is being born due to the karma and poisons. There being no such cause, there is no such fruit. Probably there, I'm already told. Noble beings, okay, they're already told. Then the next one. 지진 양다 통해서 제소 남는 대조르장 닌제다니 제와단 제단가와 나와르된. Again, this is almost we mentioned. The next one, 자센 주미 추니 대또는 말이 동남지 제와라서 다든네 통왕강인 때에도 파부주요로 터바강 지부주요로 또온데 데니스는 로와 닌지 탑지 닌지 탑단 닌지 초스. The Bodhisattva was someone who already realized that how things really are, and that because of that reason, they have no birth, no aging, no sickness, no death from their point of view. At the same time, they demonstrate as everything what we have, same as everything what we have, the born, death, illness, so on and so on. That is the way to make communication to us. Otherwise, the sentient beings are, and that's a state of ego clinging, the state of result of karma and disturbing emotions, and the state of everything is everything's a function of the ego. But somehow, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are totally free from this level. The level is very different. The Buddha Bodhisattva was totally beyond to be in this samsara. So in that case, it seems impossible to make communication each other. Buddhas go beyond the samsara. We are within the samsara. Something beyond the samsara to the samsara is difficult to make communication. And also from the samsara to them, someone who beyond the samsara is difficult to make communication. So in that case, enlightened beings, the Bodhisattvas, cannot do anything to us because the gap between sentient beings and Buddhas are so huge. So somehow, miraculously, Buddha Bodhisattva shows to us, and trying to make communication. So that is the very, there's amazing things that happens, unusual, extraordinary things that happens to us. Something impossible make impossible. Something, there's unthinkable things bring into the thinkable way. So when we say this true nature of existence, all these things are basically unthinkable, inconceivable the phenomena. But somehow, due to the Buddha's Bodhisattvas' compassionate power, the power of the means and the skillful meaning, they're trying to make communication to us. And this communication pretty much, effective or active between sentient beings to the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas. Because what Buddha says, teachings and the Bodhisattvas' teachings, we clearly understand in most of them. Sometimes there would be some mistakes and yes, not easy, but mostly it is conceivable and thinkable happened. Because of that, we be able to practice and follow their footsteps. Otherwise, we totally don't understand what mean by them. Then it's impossible to practice. They say something, we may understand the other things. We didn't misunderstand in other ways. Then the practice never happened. Even in that way, we follow the teaching to practice, but the result will not be much, because what mean by the Buddha is not really rich in our mind. So therefore, the best things make communication is very that's a very important. Not only between the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and the sentient beings, but this ordinary level, like you and me, the human teacher to the human students, communication is very important, very important. That it's having real communications with each other, know each other's mind, in order to really, learn each other and teach each others. That is very important. Otherwise, that you may have the great teacher, the most great learned and experienced teacher, but somehow it happens not easy to communicate with each other due to the language barrier, or maybe the different mentality. In that case, it is really difficult to us. What teacher says may not really reach to inner mind. What we want may not understand by the teacher. So therefore, what I'm thinking is, no matter that the teaching, the high teaching or low teaching, and deep teaching or not deep teaching is not that much important to us. Important is what could teaching really reach to your mind, really reach to your mind. That is the important to us. Anyway, we try our best, both of us, from the teachers and from the students, trying to make communication each other really, happen to something, there's communications, but somehow, sometimes, I feel a little bit difficult sometimes. What I mean to may not reach there. What you wanted to ask me, the questions, may not understanding. I don't understand that. And I try to answer something, maybe answer and the question, the answer goes like this way. And then that just happens to many times. So anyway, we slowly, communication becomes more, that's a more, that's a stable, more authentic, and then, that's a will be okay. Okay. Then the next one. Then jiktin tamchel and dejan jiktin le mayu, jiktin tundun jiktin na, jiktin treme maguju, cheddar pema chunang to, jeba choye kuba mi, the yinden jiktin to, jejang jiktin chu magu. Again, this shloka is talking about the realized beings and Bodhisattvas' way of performing to the sentient beings level. So here, the most of this meaning is already again mentioned. Those Bodhisattvas realized being totally beyond to be in the samsara and worldly things, yet they manifests in the samsara due to the provides the benefits to the sentient beings. So in that case, here the one point is someone who realized or becomes the first bodhisattva above first bodhisattva, the realized beings, no matter how they come to the mundane world, trying to communication to the mundane situations, no matter they're how involved in mundane activities, but their mind is never affected by the mundane worldly faults. This is because the reason why is they already realized truth. Once they realize the truth, then that realization goes in any level of samsara. The samsara, like the faults never affect truth. So in that case, what we should understand is if someone really realized, someone really becomes bodhisattva, high level bodhisattva, then his or her behave, whatever may be different behaviors, different way of lifestyle. It may look nice, perfect, beauty. In other case, it may look not that much nice, not that much, that's a perfect, some kind of look like Marpa Lotawa. He's look like so anger type of the person. He's a lot of greedy type of the person look like. But in the deep down, their mind is never affected by these samsaric faults. That is we should understand, okay? If someone really realized the being, don't mistake. Not all the practitioners on that level, not all the teachers on that level. We should know, okay? Teachers can pretend to be realized. Somebody may, showing there's a show their, how to say it, they pretend to being realized. But we should know, be clever in that case. Someone come to you and say, I'm realized, so therefore, no matter what happened to me, my mind is always pure and perfect. Never, that's affected by samsaric faults. If somebody told you that, you have to think double, really carefully think, is he really realized or not? Okay. So, someone here, the point is real bodhisattvas. Real someone, reach to the high level of realization. Then, this fault of samsara never touching, never stain their life. The example is always there. This example is very famous in the Buddhist tradition. Example and the symbol are lotus flower. It's always everywhere. The lotus flowers are symbolically express that meaning. You see the everywhere, and that's wherever Buddha's statues, or maybe in the Buddhist garden, there's some kind of lotus flowers always, that's taking place. The reason is lotus flowers are representation of a realized being and the bodhisattvas. How they, that's represented, that is lotus flowers being born and grew up in the muddy water. Mostly in the water, that the water may not be clean and clear water. There's muddy. But somehow, when they grew up, when they're being existed in the water dirty, muddy, never affect, never stain the flower. Flower becomes always pure and perfect in the color, in the shape, no matter the around the environment, what kind of situation there, the flower keeps clean and clear. So that is the very simple, very, that's a example how bodhisattvas, real bodhisattvas, realized beings, being manifested in the samsara. Okay, here talking about this one. Then next about Jawa drobla tada lo meyin tunen barwada shiva something nyomjule tada nyombar yuba yin. This shloka is talking about a little bit higher level of bodhisattvas. Higher level of bodhisattva, when they perform the activities in the Sanjam level, activities like any kind of activities, physical activities, verbal activities, giving teachings, whatever may be, that actions come spontaneously, effortlessly, very effortlessly, actions come up. Just like, fire burning spontaneously from the woods. Like there is an example says like that. No need something like, that's a thought involved behind the action. It spontaneously presents the activities. And even those high-level bodhisattvas, like bodhisattvas at the bodhisattva, above at the bodhisattva, then their meditative concentration is never apart from the meditation. Their mind is never apart from the meditative concentration. They will remain in the meditative concentration. At the same time, all the activities can be done with this meditative concentration. That is really unusual things happened to them. Otherwise, for us, even the realized being, when they're trying to act in something through the physical body and mind or the verbal, always some kind of efforts involved. Without effort, you cannot do anything. Also, remaining within the meditative concentration, and then the all talks of teaching, and there's a walking. All these things are not that much easy. Most of there's a bodhisattvas. So then we go to the next shlokas. Wenje pembe wange ne namdo tamje traverser tene luji mimba ye donde bepa chimayin tendang zuku dadang ne judan julam ji ne jang gangyi jedar gangyin dor dede de ni dun di de dedar ni du shi dedar nam ke thale je rowa dadar lindro tomi lodin de ye ne simjin dondon yangdan juk. This shloka is referred to the 10th Bodhisattva Bhumi. Bodhisattva was obtained state of the 10th Bodhisattva. That's the highest Bodhisattva. So those 10th Bodhisattva was not only there performing activities spontaneously, happened, effortlessly happened, but somehow accordingly what the people needs, they happens in that way naturally, which means Uh, for instance, in the different time, different group of people, different mental disposition, we have a lot of different things. So accordingly, for them, what needs, what necessary to do or to perform action activities, that spontaneously happens to the to the others, to the sentient beings. For instance, some or many cases, in order to achieve, guide to the path of liberation, mostly such bodhisattvas need to appear as a spiritual teacher, Dharma teacher. In that case, they manifest as in that way. Dharma spontaneously appears as Dharma teacher. In the other case, in the different time, the people may not interested in any practice spiritual path, because their mentality becomes totally different. Times totally different happens. In that case, such bodhisattvas never stay back, never stay saying, okay, they are not interested anymore in the Dharma practice. I don't do anything. I cannot do anything. They don't say it that way. They manifest according to another way too. Some benefit, there's more or less, of course, the more benefit in the different way, such as in the Buddha's history, we can see Buddha, once upon a time, he was born as a musician to make enjoy others, to make, there's all these things. Some other day, Buddha was born as a robot animal. all these stories are there. And there's in that case, such bodhisattva was not necessarily born in particular figure like human beings. Sometimes non-human beings be born as non-human beings, like animals, other things. Just if there is necessary to be born, if there's something to do with benefit for the different types of sentient beings, just they take in this, taking that kind of life and providing benefit. So when we look in that way, one bodhisattva, high-level bodhisattva, like 10th bodhisattvas, could be many emanations, and the different emanations. That is quite true. Some of emanations be born as a human being and serve the human, guide and part of spirituality and teaching Dharma. Others may be born as a physician, scientist. Why not? To provide a lot of benefit to the sentient beings. Or some others be born as animals. So that way, you may have heard in Tibetan tradition, most high lamas are emanation of somebody. Menzishuri, Avalokiti Shora, Vajrapani, emanation. There's something to say. There's not just, giving praise to them, but there's something linked with this, that's a reality. Even in the Tibet, we noticed, even Avalokiteshvara, Chinese is emanation of Lord. Not only one person, the two persons, like great teacher. Those are, that's as he make a wish, like, may I be born bread G. And that others wish to cross the river. For the others, for the anybody wish to cross the river, may I be born in that case bridge. May I be born a great sheep and bull. If there are many people wish to cross the ocean, if there are many people wish to have a beautiful garden, may I be born a garden. So that just material objects. That is difficult. I mean, I cannot really think of. Not that much easy to understandable that, but somehow such bodhisattvas make vision in that way, and eventually something happened due to the power of the wish. Even we could not say how person can be born just material objects. Even that is not easy to accept, but somehow the power of the vision, the power of the aspiration, something happened. Something happened. That thing brings benefit for the sentient beings. Such things are talking here, okay? The next shloka here, Chochok simbe chorndene jitop te yinshi namdang simjin yangda drowa lan jikten nayang nyamba ni. Tedar muji sadordang jatso palang mikji che chebar kanyin sanje dang Chochok simbe che teni. This shloka is talking about a very interesting thing. Between Buddha and Bodhisattvas, what is the differentiation? What is the difference between Buddhas and Bodhisattvas? Means how much gap exists between Buddha and Bodhisattvas. We used to say the Buddha is wonderful, most excellent one, and Bodhisattva was the second one. Okay, that's true. But how much differentiations between these two levels, Buddhahood and Bodhisattva's path? Here says, Jitop te yenshi na sumjin yangda drowa lan jikti na nyamba ni. And post meditation, or maybe we could say, when they come to the sentient beings level, when they make communication in the sentient beings level, the skills, all these things are very similar. There's not much different. Buddha and such bodhisattva have not much different to make communication to the sentient beings level, which means what Buddha has, quality, skill, power, compassion, wisdom, and bodhisattvas have that very similar, not that much different. Here, particularly from our point of view, if there's the Buddha, there's the Chinese, and we see probably not much different. These two guys, the quality, enlightened quality, wisdom, and compassion, all those things from our point of view have no different. We don't see different. But Tetarmuchi, when their state of realization, from their point of view, Buddha's quality and Bodhisattva's quality has huge difference. It is compared to, like here says, it's funny. Buddha's quality is as big as the atoms of whole universe, but Bodhisattva's quality, realization quality is one single of this atom. That means there's very big difference between Buddha's realization quality and Bodhisattva's realization. Huge. And another example here says, Buddha's quality is as vast as depth is ocean. Bodhisattva's realization quality is just like a water and ox hoof print. Do you understand that? Ox in the animal, cow, when their foot put on the muddy and their prints, and then water later on. This water is so small, very small compared to the ocean. Okay, Buddha's quality, realization quality is just like an ocean. Bodhisattva was that much water. So here we should understand that also. We should understand when they perform any activity in the sentient Buddha level, there's no much different. The skill and the wisdom and the power and compassion, all those things there's no much different. But somehow, inwardly, their own mind, state of realization has huge gap between them. Oh yeah. The next Jurmis Yenjurminda Meze Chudincher, Rojabsum, Tami Miminser, Denata, the Nimi Matoser, Jimmy Chujama Zeran Yisir, Chewami Hin Chewami, Nomi Gawame Bande, Denata, the Tempest, Shiva Yunun. Yijiran Yin, Dene Yijiran Yinche, Lujiche mi Tabasir, Samjim Chepuye, Dene Che Minchet Tempest. 박차탐모 내남지 너미 시와 윤론이 사미 운바른두지지 윤론스는 가와미. Now rest of these teachings are talking about how this realization state of becomes permanent forever. These things are explained there. Never changing and never, that's never being an impermanence. These things are talking here. Probably we are not going to this shlokas, more complicated, and also we will not be able to finish today. Then next here, this particular chapter 4, Buddha Nature, talking about some examples, lot of examples. Metaphor things, example, illustrations that how Buddha nature are obscurated by the different types of obscurations. So there are non-examples. Each of examples says something little slightly different, but mainly exactly same actually. There's no much different. Just, talking different example, total together, I remember there are non-examples in this case. Examples like in the Tibetan words, better to go to Tibetan. Sanje pengi dance drama tang bemba nimbo mazang nang ser sala ter dang nyuk son dewa tang Kushurunante, Jarpu Kotamne, Peming in Petona, Madadang, Salar Rinchin Zuyu, Jijinde, Lower Numon, Jime, Jipaye, Simjin Namla, Tejin. Come the nes, all this way. For instance, as an example, come to like that. For instance, Buddha statue, the beautiful Buddha statues covered by the dirty lotus flowers, like Buddha statues exist within the very dirty lotus flowers. Similar thing, similar. The outside, because as long as this lotus flower covered, this dirty things covered up Buddha statues, you never see the Buddha statues there. But fight inside, there's Buddha statues. That dirty things are pretty much removable. If you remove this dirty outside, then statue can be seen and manifested to you, having a lot of qualities. Similar things here. Another example, under the ground of the house, beggar. If there is a precious gem, wish fulfilling precious gem, as long as you are not noticed, there is precious wish fulfilling precious gem under your grounds, your house, under your house grounds. So that precious gem cannot do to you anything. That precious gem, wish fulfilling precious gem, never give you benefit much. And only when you discover there's something under my house, then you put effort to dig up and uncover this. Eventually, when you see this gem, then the wish fulfilling gem gives a lot of benefit to you. Okay, that is another example. And another example here, talking about a beggar woman buried physical universal manach in their stomach. The child inside the beggar woman were bid universal manach. But as long as the child is not born, that child cannot be helped to the beggar mother. So similar, all these examples, like these examples there. So here, these examples tells us every sentient being possessed Buddha nature their mind. As long as you are noticed it, as long as you undiscover, as long as this Buddha nature remains within these different types of obscurations of sentient mind, the Buddha nature is not that much powerful to you, not that much giving affection to your life. So that way, first step, as I mentioned before, is to having noticed there is something. Having noticed, that our mind possessed Buddha nature. Buddha nature is there always. Having noticed is the very, that's an important thing. After you realized Buddha nature is naturally present in our mind, then second thing, we should have effort to discover, to make manifestation in the form of experience. So in that way, then Buddha nature shines us, bless us, and give a lot of benefit out of Buddha nature. Benefit means that that Buddha nature already contains all these enlightened qualities like love, compassion, wisdom, all these things there. So that that start to experience in your mind, and not only the experience, actualize. So from that point, at that time, we are no more victim of disturbing emotions, ego clingings, and no more we are the samsaric suffering and the difficulties taken in the life. And that means we are liberated from samsara. So today this particular lessons, what we should to know, what we should to do is hold these lessons, today's lesson, this few days lessons, all together. The most important, most point thing, what you should to keep is the Buddha nature exists in your mind. All those, what we, lot of useful, useless, meaningless, meaningful, make sense, does not make sense, things happens few days. All those are sum up in the one point, tells us we have the Buddha nature. Okay? That's the last result. What do you... Okay. You do not have to have some kind of doubts about it. Just accept, and feel happy. I told last time, no matter our situations may be, ups and downs, good and bad, and happy and miserable things, at the very grounds of all them, there's some basic goodness, really basic goodness, fundamental goodness. So that should to be understood. That is the very ground to be ground for the practice Dharma, actually. Okay. Otherwise, all this conditional existence, whatever may be, we hear are just illusion, just empty of natural. Have no much reliable things there. Really. Temporary, very temporary. Life and life's happiness and all whatever may be, sorrow, whatever may be, all are just temporarily happens to us. That is already mentioned in this teaching. Temporarily, it is just, there's happens to us. There's no really permanent, no reliable things of it. Only this basic goodness. Some other teachings used to say basic goodness. Some other teachings say unenlightened quality. Means it is okay. So once you understand that, with this idea, then we can practice Dharma. Okay. With this idea, any kind of practice, Dharma, has to be built up with this ground, with this idea. Means, if you practice meditation, if you practice, Guru Yoga, Yadam Deity Yoga, or maybe, loving kind of compassion, or maybe window prostration, all are to all are practiced on that grounds, and to discover that, to feel that. Here's some interesting thing. One of the great Tibetan teacher, it's a founder of Yentong Madhyamaka in Tibet, Jonang Gyebchen Tamba. He says he is very emphasized to the Buddha nature, very focused on that, that Buddha nature. So he says, when we meditate, we should meditate up on the Buddha nature, without having any mental fabrications there, just totally free from mental fabrication, just being with these grounds, clarity and non-conceptual, clear, joy, state of mind. When you are in the posture meditation, you always carry on with you the idea of Buddha nature, something there, tremendous goodness, something there, tremendous, valuable, exists in our mind. Reflect that in your life. Reflect, contemplate, always. Don't give a chance to your mind to think about negative things. In the ordinary sense, in ordinary, that's a mundane activities, what do you do? Like, regular work, regular, the talk and whatever may be in the sleep, always feel that. This is very important. Always, even you are not meditation, not a practice, but just feel there is something precious, valuable in my mind. And be happy with that. Don't search negative things. The best things, don't give it a chance to think about negative. The mind make occupied by feeling with Buddha nature. Of course, during the meditation, you are supposed to not thinking any bad things. Your mind totally being in silence with this, the state of non-conceptual and clarity, joyful state of mind. Stay there as long as. If you are out of the meditation and the post-meditation, you don't drop this feeling, the trust, something in your mind. This is really needed. Contemplate, okay? Let mind get used in that way. For me, this is really practice Dharma. Otherwise, what is the purpose? To practice Dharma with a boring mind, full of negative thoughts and there, doubtful, and with confusion, then doing something. It's not that useful. Even you don't practice Dharma, only feel that Buddha nature within you. That is much greater than, that's all this, You probably you understand. This is I see this is very important to us. It is not only the important terms of the Dharma practice, terms of, that's transforming your life through that way. But it's important is the worldly life situations. Sometimes we full of emotions, difficult life, challenge, facing a lot of challenge. Then many people lost their hope, and all these things happened. So here, what I mean by trying to catch the basic goodness and then trying to stay with it. Life can be ups and down, can be ups and down. It happens to us. So therefore, we said samsara, nature of suffering. There's ups sometimes, happy life, sometimes down. But somehow, don't miss to contemplate, to feel that inner quality. There's something, that's never change, never, that's a something, never something, that's a what we call deceive things. And so with this, the understanding, with this contemplation, reflections, trying to live life. In that case, I'm not saying you always, that's a have to separate time, have to separate place to do these things. No need, actually. Really no need. Of course, if you are beginner for the meditation, you need something, these kind of things, like a sitting meditation, then trying to mind calm down and settle down, stay. But in the post-meditation, you do not need particular time for it. You do not need particular place for it. Just in regular life situations, day to day, morning to evening, and evening to night, just mind, keep in that, in that quality, trying to keep. With this, quality, feeling, you can talk to the people. With this quality of mind experience, you can type your computer. You can do in the kitchen works, all these things can be done. But you have to have a little bit effort for it. Effort and mindfulness. Otherwise, you forget often. Trying to build up effort a little bit regularly. For instance, some kind of keep promise. Like, within 1 hour, I try to remember once in 1 hour. Just, that make habit. Make habit that in your life situations. So this is the real practice. This is the real reason today's lessons. Buddha natural lessons is the why reason what is behind the having learned Buddha natures. That one. There's no other reasons to learn the Buddha nature. And also, a little bit below this chapter here says, Dilla sarja chunzemi, yabar sawa chunzemi, yanda number 2, which means this Buddha nature, what you have, what you contains in your natural mind, there's nothing to remove from it. Because whatever may be mind experience, like that's a ego clinging or afflict situation, anger, jealous, all those are not really belongs to the Buddha nature. So Buddha nature have nothing, and the Buddha nature, on the Buddha nature, there's nothing to remove out. You don't worry to, that's something I should remove, something I should to get rid of. Okay? Dilla sarja chunzemi, yabar sawa chunzemi. On the Buddha nature, there's nothing to be added, no need. Buddha nature itself is perfect, forever. Whatever Buddha has quality, in enlightened qualities, already there. There's nothing missing, actually. Buddha nature is full of enlightened quality. There's no room to add something. There's no need added. Okay, first you should know that. Then the third sentence says, Yanda nila yandata, yanda to the number. Yanda nila yandata. That at that perfect nature, yandata, perfectly watch, or perfectly, you should to be aware perfectly to this perfect nature. That is really where, there's a important point. You should perfectly be aware of that at that perfect state of your mind. Okay, and this perfectly means just without doubt, without hesitation, without having any, any of these things, just with trust, with confidence, be aware. State of your mind. State of your mind. Knowingly that my mind is already perfect. And turn your attention inward your mind. Be aware of state of the perfection in your mind. Stay with this feeling. More aware of this perfect state of your mind, yanda tong number. Then you will see the perfect nature of your mind. At that moment, you are liberated. So you should know some process levels. First, understanding there is Buddha nature in your mind, and having trust with it, and having no doubt about it, not necessarily having doubt, because Buddha is enlightened. Bodhisattvas, countless Bodhisattvas there, they are discovered. We are similar. We are on the line on go to the enlightened. And then, that with this knowledge, then you trying to meditate upon is Buddha nature is like, it is saying like, since you have trust without doubts about Buddha nature, and then perfectly, without doubt, without hesitation, just be aware, without any expectation also. Expectation, with expect, you aware of the Buddha nature is a little bit imperfect, without any expectation, but with this confidence, with this trust, just be aware, stay to your, in the deep down your feeling, some kind of their joy, clear. I'm watching that state of perfection in my mind. Like, don't have any daydream, bow in the mind. Just, there's an open space. Like, mind becomes like a spacious state of nature. And turn your attention inwardly, and with joyful mood, constantly aware. That is the meditation, real meditation, that one. Constantly watching, observe state of this clarity, vast space, and sense of joy. Stay. At that, awareness presence. At that awareness presence, one should stay. And at that way, then it becomes more clear to you, more clear, more real. Because more watch, you see more the nature of the Buddha. More aware, nature of the Buddha is more clear to you. More search, then it will disappear, more disappear. Do you understand? Searching and aware is different. Search is conceptually something search, hoping, expectation, something, today is not so much happened to me. Tomorrow maybe somewhere I can Searching is not where to meditation, okay? Okay? Meditation is built up on the awareness presence. Awareness means not really searching, not really analyze. Anyway, so that is the how you should meditate upon Buddha nature. And then the post-meditation. If you meditate 30 minutes, or if you meditate maybe 20 minutes every day, or maybe sometimes more, sometimes less, then in the post-meditation, what to do is having this feeling, confidence with Buddha nature. Reflect how wonderful there, love, compassion. Say in your mentally, often, love, compassion, wisdom here. Just words is very powerful to transform in your mind. Sometimes you could not think in the way, think in that way, just trying to express verbally saying something yourself and mentally say it and trying to keep that. That's so that way. And the post meditation means after all meditate in the daily life practice, trying to remind that again and as much as you can, okay? Don't totally forget. If you forgot that, then not much benefit to listen and to talk about these things. Don't forget, trying to keep in the daily life situations. When you're happy, feel happy with these perfections, reflection. When you're sad, don't really forget these perfections. Stay back. There's something shining behind that sadness. Something there. Feel that. So I'm not saying if you understand that there's the Buddha nature, confidence, your problems disappeared. Your suffering disappeared. I'm not saying that, okay? Suffering is there. Problems there. This is how we have to live. This human body, human flesh, born as human, nobody get rid of the suffering and the problems there. But somehow, within these problems or sufferings, we can manage something which is deep in our mind, something stable, something unshakable confidence, trust can be built up in this life. So that way, knowing Buddha nature is very important to us. So do that. Don't forget, okay? Don't forget. I suggest you every day when you wake up, trying to remember. There's a sense of Buddha nature, trying to feel it. And during the breakfast, and trying to live the walk, or maybe whatever you do, time to time, that's as much as you can. Just remind, come back this, do it. When you sleep, trying to mind, keep that confident, beautiful, so joyful, silent mind, and feel this quality, Buddha nature quality. Then get down to the sleep. And you will be able to have a very good sleep. And the morning wake up and very fresh mind. That's true. If you really successfully that kind of way to sleep, what we call the luminosity in the sleep, meditation in the luminosity, nature, luminous, luminous, clear light meditation in the sleep happened in that way. So these things are useful. Then still we have some time. We would like to discuss a little bit about everything. The practical things, maybe if you wanted to ask questions, we do this kind of practical things. Yeah, question. The conclusion today is just, there's all this last 1 week teaching, the conclusion is to know the Buddha nature and to keep in your mind. That's all. During the meditation, you meditate upon this quality of Buddha nature. In the post-meditation, you should feel, reflect often Buddha nature in your life. That is the purpose, the reason to learn the Buddha nature, okay? Yeah.
What came into my mind from my former, I used to practice Zen in the Korean tradition.
Mm-hmm.
And there was always a saying, you should become completely independent. And it came just in my mind, and then I thought, well, what about your friends and the people you know? And I mean, would you also say to be free, you have to be completely independent?
Independent means what in that case? During the meditation or what?
No, I think in the whole life. So not depending on anybody and...
If you could, that is good, yeah? But it's impossible.
Yeah.
You are social animals. Sentient and the human beings, there's a related, dependent each other. Some, like, great yogi, if they're not concerned anything, then they could be like independent, totally independent. Even they no need any kind of medicine, food, and the clothes. Then you can independent. Otherwise, we should depend on each other. Depend each other, and the share each other, and having there's a love, and compassion, each other. This is as long as we are just that's as a social being, human beings, we could not independent totally. That's true, actually. The practical way, that's true. We cannot.
Yeah. So I must say there were very few teachings. We were mainly sitting from very early to the night. And so it was not really explained. So I don't really know what they meant, the teachers there, when they told it. But I also always thought to be completely independent, I don't feel that this could be a way.
Probably the completely independent is something they brought up from the legendary stories. Great teacher, their examples used to live in that way. So they just encourage to the disciples to do as same as past great teachers. So they just don't want to forget totally what and the great past teachers they did. So just even modern days like us, we could not totally independent from anything, from all, but still appreciate what their past great teachers did. Like our case and the Kajuba case, Malarepa. He is totally independent. But if we say you should be like Malarepa, it's wonderful. The words are wonderful. Stories are wonderful.
Which one?
Malarepa.
Milarepa.
And that the examples are wonderful. But practical situation like me and you cannot do it like Malarepa.
Yes.
So That's why even we could not do like Milarepa. We can do a lot of things. Like, even not compared to Milarepa's way of life, but still we can do a lot of things, good things.
So let's keep down to earth. Okay.
Yeah.
Khenpo?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the right side. You were talking about the wisdom which cuts through the last self-clinging, the way to enlightenment. You was 2 days, 3 days ago, you were referring about that, and you mentioned that this wisdom is not the wisdom we normally gain, like from books, from knowledge.
Yeah.
So what is that wisdom which cuts through? Can you explain about that?
I mentioned that a few times, a differentiation between the what we call the wisdom that knows true nature of the true nature of the existence, and the knowledge we collected from the teacher, from the books, from the that's everywhere is quite different. Okay, so differentiation is like something like come up knowledge or knower, which is in the intellectual conceptual level. Conceptually, intellectually knowing something. No matter what is that, the knowing the egoless, knowing the true nature of the mind, knowing all this, empty of nature. That is the knowledge, not wisdom. Okay? And the conceptual idea. Conceptually, and that's intellectually know anything is knowledge, not wisdom. Wisdom is something miraculously knows how things really are, or various things, without conceptual mind, and the direct recognition. That is the very difficult to think, actually, without any having the thought of the conceptual, but that everything is impossible for the the ordinary sentient being's thought. That happened, actually. That can be happened. Like that. For instance, first you learn from the book and the teacher the true nature of the existence, or maybe that emptiness, whatever may be, egolessness, meaning of these things. You would have a lot of information about these things. Conceptually, intellectually, you can talk, you can think, probably what mean by the emptiness, what mean by the egolessness, what mean by true nature of existence. Actually, there's the same meaning. You can have a lot of informations, ideas about it. You can think, you can talk. Then you should meditate up on that reality, up on that knowledge. Meditation means, in that case, first you should learn this meditation from the shamatha meditation, separately, okay? According to the Mahamudra tradition. First, separately, only trying to mind rest in one pointedness, thoughtless. What we call the concentration mind, trying to learn to practice, let mind having some kind of quality of meditative concentrations, and then you should shift that meditative concentration up on this knowledge. Okay, and in that case, you are meditated up on true nature of the existence. You are meditated up on emptiness and egoless. Meditating, in that case, you are no more thinking. Thought are not involved. Concept is not involved there. No ideas, but simply mind keep on that reality, what you have known, what you have the trust and confidence, the true nature, and simply mind keep that and be aware, constantly aware, constantly aware. And eventually, without thought, without concept, you would know the nature of all these things. Concept, in that case, conceptual is separated. Do you understand that? For instance, I take some different examples. When you meditate on the breath, how you do meditation? When you meditate on the breath, your mind being or keep place on the breath, yeah? Breath out, breath in, breath out. Generally, you are aware of the breath, observe the breath, but you are not thinking. The thought and concept never involved with your breath. Simply observe and aware of the breath. Okay, that is the meditate up on the breath. Then if you meditate up on the object, you simply place the object there, mind simply placed on the object without thinking, not trying to figure out the objects. Simply observe, aware, without thought involved to this object. Of course, mind is not having any thoughts, idea. Just trying to maintain, keep that as long as possible. That is how you meditate up the object, using methods for the Hien meditation. Then you come to the end of your mind, meditate up on your mind means once your mind becomes thoughtless, silent, just the mind being silent and with awareness, you watch, you observe silent state of the mind. Your mind doing nothing other thing, just observe, aware this silent, relaxed state of mind. Maintain that, okay? Okay, now wisdom, emptiness, or natural mind, natural existence, that the knowledge brought up to you that from the book, from the teacher instruction, now you have some kind of understanding, some kind of realize what mean by the emptiness. You have some kind of confidence, some kind of like a trust. So same as to aware that nature of understanding, nature of this, we in Tibetan we call the Taweng Nihi. Nihi means a sort of confidence. So in that way, then this what we call this knowledge to knowing that how things really are. This knowledge or emptiness knowledge becomes inseparability with the meditative concentration. It becomes one entity, inseparability nature. That knowledge becomes wisdom. In shortly to say, wisdom not involved any conceptual thought, direct recognition, direct experience. And other knowledge is in the conceptual level, okay? Just think about these things. This is a little bit deep teaching.
If the Buddha nature of the Buddha and, for example, of me is undifferentiated, is the same, could I use taking refuge in the Buddha also as a means to connect more with my Buddha nature?
It is
to sense.
Yeah, it is you usually the step by step you can do that. First step, like ordinary person like us, always we wanted to have something outside, usually. as long as we don't have much confidence, trust within our Buddha nature, then we are looking outside. So in that situation, you can take refuge from the outside Buddha. Eventually, it is saying that once you really start to recognition, having confidence, then your inner Buddha and the outer Buddha becomes one nature. So in this teaching, that Buddha nature teaching in this, the ultimate refuge, object of refuge is Buddha nature, your own state of Buddha Dharma Sangha. Yeah, this has happened. This can be true, but still, for us, people like us, still don't forget about Buddha. That is there's somewhere in the outside, Dharma and Sangha. Just we have this kind of way of thinking. Buddha is somewhere in the Pure Land. Dharma is so therefore taking refuge to them, make a wish to them. Not only in this case taking refuge, but somehow when we say the Guru Yoga practice, the first stage of Guru Yoga practice is always the Gurus look outside somewhere. And somewhere, that's human form of the Guru. And eventually, you will experience all the existence appearances are the manifestation of Guru. That is you really, Guru Yoga go into the deeper level. You experience, every this appearances is a manifestation of the Guru. That, teaches you something. Every manifestation. When you see the mountain, when you see the tree, when you hear the birds on the tree, birds singing on the tree, whatever may be, there is a symbolically something understanding. The things have becomes manifestation with Guru. That happened. Totally fall in love in the Guru, actually. Really, emotionally fall in love in the Guru, then you will see everything's Guru. That happened. Really, that happened. Your gurus, so that's this got deep in your mind. So this happened. So then that eventually you will find the Guru is in your mind. Really, your mind becomes your Guru. That happened, okay? Anyway.
Dear Khenpo, thank you. My question is regarding my own practice of Shina and Vipassana. So a lot of things that you say. My main practice has been Shina and Vipassana and the observing of the own mind and also the joy that can come from it.
What's it?
The joy that can come with observing my own mind. And I sometimes experience like a conflict that when I enjoy my practice of observing and watching and not changing anything.
Not what?
Changing anything.
Okay.
Right? Just watching and not wanting to change, adding anything to my mind. Just observing. That sometimes then I feel hesitant or find it difficult to then start doing a Yidam practice, where it feels like sometimes a bit of the opposite. I have to imagine something. I create something in my mind, and that brings me sometimes, just sometimes wonder if I should then alternate more, or if it's okay for longer periods to just practice shamatha meditation and vipassana.
Shamatha vipassana meditation is very good, very basic meditation. Also it is easy. There's no much complicated things happened. You have to sit long enough. That's true. But if you really know how to do this Yidam practices, you really do not need apart from the shamatha and vipassana meditation. you can do yidam practice within the shamatha and the vipassana meditation. Sure.
How?
For instance, if you make image visualization of yidam, particular yidam, like Dorje Pamo, Vajra Yogini, or maybe Chinese, your mind simply keep with this image. That is shamatha meditation. Your mind is not moving anything, just that simply not thinking about the pictures in your mind. But the image is there, your mind stays there. This is Shene meditation. And then vipassana comes the awareness with, this images come to you, just being aware with this image. You do not need empty mind or silent mind in order to observe. Any kind of, you can observe thought, you can observe imagination, you can observe the outer objects. All of them vipassana, belongs to vipassana. But somehow, real vipassana is not only that. Okay? Real vipassana practices need to know the truth. Again, seeing the truth. View is vipassana, is just seeing the truth. There is something, anyway, it takes a little time. Shene to this vipassana, what we nowadays flourished, traditional vipassana. It is, the new traditional vipassana, not really this, nowadays everywhere the practice of vipassana is not really traditional vipassana, but between the Shene and the traditional vipassana. So real traditional vipassana is involve analytical mind. Really analyze. Then that you rest, be aware of on the result of analyze. Analytical mind tells you something. That is the right, that's the wrong. That is the real exist, that is not the real exist. Then you observe that result. That is real vipassana. So therefore, for instance, and the traditional real vipassana begin with like a physical body, aware that the mindfulness body is not just simply the mind being with the body, simply just watching sensation and be observe the sensation of the body. Not only that, traditional vipassana is how body is composed with different elements, with different parts, and searching the body itself. Where is the body actually? From the top head to the feet, is there really so-called body? Is there in the concrete, independent or not? Each cell, each part of body, search, analyze, look, find out the body. At the end, like this way. And then, there's also look at the impermanence. Every cells, every part of the body is frequently changing and, moving, rising, ceasing, instantly. So therefore, there's no oneness, no solid, no something, permanent one there. Searching it that way, when you see, then you observe that more. You more aware that, stay that, the result. Anyway, there is again, very big topic. We need another course for it. So therefore, I would say, if you stay in your own traditional way, that would be very good. And if you are interested in yidam practice, you can do that. You use this training of awareness, the shamatha meditation, to the yidam. Actually, when we practice yidam, we are not practicing just as yidam is some kind of solid, some kind of they're real. No, we are always, practice within this meditation, shamatha, and vipassana. Yadam must be practiced within that.
Thank you, Lama. Teaching's very clear. I was wondering practically if you could guide us through for 10 minutes the process of you sitting in your Buddha nature so we can sit with you in that process.
Practically guiding means you should stay in silence. There's no guide. You can do that yourself. I mean, I told you a lot of the information. Now it is your turn. Practical, your turn, you should sit in the cushion. Whether with me or without me, it doesn't matter that. You can do yourself. Here, the point is don't forget. That is the main point. Don't forget.
Thank you, Khenpo. It's a question from Daria.
Oh, yeah?
So it had been said sometimes that the diamond mind meditation works mainly with anger, and mandala offering works mainly with attachment.
Mm-hmm.
So is it true? In which way? If you could
Oh,
explain
that's
more.
true. Yes.
And its continuation. And also, could it be that sometimes when she's practicing, feels like the emotions, anger and attachments, increases through the meditation?
Okay.
Could it be, or it just?
It happens. That can be happens. Yeah, mind's ups and downs, and emotions comes and goes. That is usual. Okay. Sometimes, like you do, Dorje Simba Dhamma mind practice, you can get anger. Why not? It happens. But that anger don't turn into the negative way. Okay? Don't turn into the negative way. Let it happen. Do you understand that? Anger don't turn into negative way. Anger is just energy. Energy come up in your mind. If you turn it into negative way, means anger overpowered you, then you do something bad things. Physically do something, and verbally say something bad words to the others. And besides that, let it come and be aware it is go. This happened. Do you understand that? Okay. Then, the offering mandala also with the attachments, that's usually offering mandalas, offering all the universe existence, including your own body and the mind and your life. So naturally offering it, that naturally, it's cut some kind of a grasping attached to all these positions that works. But we should know, main reason is offering mandala is accumulate merit. Okay? Through the offering mandala, through the offering all these good things, through imagination, that is accumulate merit lot. Accumulate merit lot, okay? Merit accumulate in your mind stream lot.
I also want to ask a question. It's a little bit stupid, but still, when I reflect during the lecture about Buddha nature, I still have in my mind worries about the future.
That happened. I told you. Even you that's truly understand the Buddha nature, but that not really, that's solves. I mean, never, that's get rid of ups and downs. Ups and downs are always there, but you can have worry. Why not worry? But with worry, something inside. Okay, with worry about the future, but somehow, whatever may be, you have the worry, but you feel something very valuable in your mind. Do you understand that? that can be go together. Like a,
But also this like kind of material thing, especially where to live and how money thing, all these worries are very strong because even to practice or like to get teachings, you need the material things for it. So
that's happened.
They look like they are more important for now than the understanding of the nature of mind for now. So will the taking the refuge will solve worries about material relative level or not?
Material things important or not? What do you?
They are important
Yeah.
because it's reality.
Yeah.
Which we are living. So the question is, it's very difficult to explain.
We need material things.
Yeah.
This is important. Yeah, then what?
Very difficult. To say the truth is very difficult. Kind of that to taking refuge in the Buddha Dharma in Sangha will not solve my material problems.
Mm-hmm.
So, but in a way, everything is mind. So how it goes together, you know? So from one point, everything is in my mind, or everything is kind of, from another side, there is personal responsibility for my life.
Yeah, everything's mind at the end. At the end, everything's mind. That's true. But somehow, in the temporarily, we have the first important thing, the second important thing, third important things. In the temporary, we have that. So that is depends up on you, individually, what is important to you. Or there's nobody say this is important to everybody. Okay, different capacity, different way to life has different important things. For instance, the worldly common people, for everybody, the most important things, the real present situations in your life, your material things, your family, your relationship, your job, all these things are the first important things. They feel that way, they believe that way, they keep in that way their mind. That's correct, there's nothing wrong. But somehow, some other becomes balance, practice spirituality and the material, that there's a practical life situation, material life situation, very balanced, similar thing. Some of people may see both are important, equal for my life. I can do both. That I can pay attention and both way. It's happened. And some other real Dharma practitioners, they really deeply they feel only Dharma is important thing. Only Dharma is important thing. So the rest of the mundane, that activities, mundane whatever may be, are the secondary important for them. They really feel that way. So that way, I would not say we should have important this way. This is the important. We should keep important this thing. That is second. It is totally depend up on the individual's way of life and the desire. For my case, I have balanced now. Before, honestly, little bit worldly things still I have. Even I grew up in the society like a Buddhist monastery and practice, but somehow my mind, honestly, Dharma and worldly things both are same, both are important to me. Still, sometimes there's a worldly, the attraction, these things is more powerful to my mind. Now it is a little bit balanced, little bit, Dharma practice is a little bit matured and learned a lot, and the aging a little bit. Somehow now worldly things are a little bit getting down to my attention. More Dharma is more, attracted to me.
Thank you very much.
Rinpoche Chochok, thank you very much. I want to ask you if there are any differences between love and compassion. I'm saying about chakra system, heart chakra and Vishuddha chakra. So this is the first question. And the second question is, will actions be different depending on either we are guided by love or compassion?
The second question is what?
Last question. Okay. I'm reading. Will actions be different depending on either we are guided by love or compassion?
Okay. The first question, love and compassion, it is really same thing. Okay? One coin has two sides. This side is love, this side is the compassion. Both are the concern to others' welfare. For this side, love always look others' benefit, others' happiness. This side, compassion, is look for others free from the suffering and the difficulties. So at the end, these two things are very same, actually. The love looking for others' happiness, desire to give happiness to the others, that's love. Compassion is look or desire to other free from suffering. So it is same, yeah? Free other from suffering means others experience happiness. It's the same and different, that's a different focus, different way to focus on the others, but it's the same result there. Okay? Love, the compassion like that. And then chakras is something you say, probably you do not have to think about the chakras, heart chakras, throat chakras in order to develop the love and compassion. Just, that contemplate, trying to learn how to generating love and compassion from the book and the teacher. You should do this. And then the second question is, again, that same love and compassion, that life guided by love and the life guided compassion is probably same. Little bit like, more compassionate mind, have more like, if you are ordinary person, not so much having wisdom in your mind, then compassion gives a little bit sad effect to your mind. Like, you more focus on the others' suffering and wish to get rid of suffering, then your mind, some kind of affections by the others. This happened. More, but in the deep down, still the quality of compassion gives you kind of joy, kind of, stability. But somehow, compassionate person, ordinary person, compassionate, little bit sensitive, mind is so sensitive, sympathetic feeling happens to your mind. But love is a little bit different. Love is more your mind focused to the happiness to the others, look for happiness. Then because of that, more smile. Compassion is more serious. Do you understand that? That happened, but both are good. Okay?
Tashidalai Rinpoche, I have two simple questions.
Okay.
One is, you said that, I forget it, just ask you to repeat it. You said that somewhere are living a very good practitioner that they are practicing very well and that they believe that something happened then after. If you can say me where was it and if it's a good idea to visit this area for me, I learn it from them. And second question is, we are doing here Sojong 6-7 days, and the condition is that some promises and so on, and I'm curious if we can do it alone at home.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, and you know, in the text is written that we have to give these promises particular person, like now here Rinpoche, but at home I have no Rinpoche. So how we can do it like that? I mean, you know, that's the second question.
That what promise? Okay, the first one is you want to see those people. What you say? First one.
Where are living these people which you mentioned before?
Where are they?
Yeah, where they are living.
Where they are living?
Yeah.
Everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Mostly, everywhere actually. Good Dharma practitioners always feel that way, you know, that's there, and at the end of their life, they feel sense of joy, rejoice their life. There's no regret at all. Even they don't do anything worldly activities, and even they never earns much, you know, that's worldly properties, but somehow once they spend their life to practice Dharma, when they reach to end, they realize that you know that's they start to end in the Dharma, their life, and that moment they really feel rejoice with their life. That's happened. This is really, you know, you do not have to search much. Everywhere this kind of practitioners exist. Really. Especially then, you know, the elderly, you know, the Dharma practitioners, you really feel that way. Not necessarily they are staying in one group somewhere. No. But, you know, so if you search, I don't know, I could not pinpoint which place they stay, no, that way. Every society, you know, there's even East and West, every society, I see, you know, there's a lot of Westerners also have this feeling. Good. I used to go in the West a lot. Sometimes, you know, there's 25 years, 30, 40 years, some Westerners really seriously practice. I feel deep down some of them really, some have really good, you know, the trust, confidence with the Dharma. I surely could say they can pass their life in that way without regret. You know, that can exist everywhere. And they may not, okay. Then the second one is, again forgot. Remind me a little bit.
Yeah, second question was how to practice the Sojong at home.
Okay. That's very important. Now, Sojong, you know how to do these things. You can do it by yourself. It's surely. Sojong is very good and also not that much difficult. It is like your time, 24 hours. You promise that my life, you know, there's a body, spirit, mind, spend for the practice dharmas. Try not involved in any negativities in 24 hours. That's really good to us because our life situations are different. Yeah, we have to work. We have to deal a lot of people. We have the situation that the society is pretty much, you know, difficult. So then only 24 hours we can do that. 24 hours. Once you look at time in the holiday, maybe Sunday or Saturday, Sunday, sometimes, okay, today and until tomorrow morning, I promise I do only practice Dharma. This promise makes that practice Dharma accumulation merit is increase, a lot of increase. With promise, thought promise has totally big different. if you practice with the promise, a certain time and a certain amount, the amount number, promise, and you do that, that means you have the vow, and that makes this practice result, the accumulation, merit is really strong, powerful. Without promise, if you do same thing, it is says less powerful, less result. So therefore, we can do 24 hours. This Sojong, Mahayana Sojong is together with Vinayana and Bodhisattva was Sojong. And also you can practice Vajrayana with this Sojong. Also, like Yadam practices and Muhammad practice with this promise. Okay, 24 hours, my life is spent only practice Dharma, meditation. This is very good. And you can do by yourself now. With the teacher, you can receive this vow with the teacher, and without teacher, you can have visualization like 16th Karma Pa or Malarapa Gambo Pa or Buddha himself. Just visualize. Then you repeat this recitation, repetitions, repeat 3 times, and at the time you feel that giving signal to say Tabyeno, okay, yes, I got. Like you can do that, okay? Yeah, that last question.
Khenpo, can you give us maybe some time Vipassana course or training in Vajrayana, in Karma Kagyu tradition, of course?
Usually,
Not,
I did Lord that. I did Lord. Yeah, have done. Past years, most of my teachings in the West, most of France, this area, all these meditations, Vipassana, also Mahayana, then meditation, Muhammad, I did Lord. But hopefully, I will do continuously some other part of everywhere. Who knows, maybe here one day. That I don't know. I mean, that's organizers know all these things. I could not say we should do all this and that. Here organizers do. Or maybe sometimes in Nepal, I will do that. Why not?
How we can to make a stronger wish to it will happen?
Yeah, it's where it happens. Sure, it will be happens. I wish to do more, that's practical teachings and meditation teachings, do meditation more than the philosophical. The philosophy is, for me, I know philosophy quite okay, good, but now I'm thinking more, that's a practical practices more, people need. That's what I'm thinking now. Anyway. Sunam de ye dam je ze ba ni tom ne ni be da nam pam zen je ga nan che wa lai tu ba ye si be cho len ro wa shu. Okay, thank you everyone, and see you Bodh Gaya or maybe other group.